I love funerals. I love the wake. I love the burial. I love the drive to the funeral. Everything about a funeral. I love seeing people you haven't seen in a while, but in a space where you know you don't have to keep up. It's so nice. Hey, have you been? And it's good. I like to cry. I like to be sad and think about my own mortality and feel bad for other people. I like to look at other people that have lost a loved one and feel bad for them. And sometimes it's nice when it's an older person and we could all say it's a life well lived. But sometimes it's nice when it's someone younger. It's got to be young to really get the cry on and get the purge. You got to purge. You got to question, what is life? Why are we here? Am I on the right track? These are very important things. I'd love a meal. Have you ever had a funeral meal where you go out afterwards and everybody's eating and you're relaxing? It's kind of fun again. Yes, we buried someone and they're not here. We're here. We're alive. No disrespect. My friend's father passed away, who we loved. This guy was great. We used to drink all the time and have fun, go out to dinner with this guy. And he passed away in his early 60s. And the funeral was so sad because he was dead, but there was something about a funeral, and there are people out there that know what I mean. They know what I mean right now. And they're looking at each other going, fuck, he's right, and it's been a while since we've been to one. And it would be nice, a nice autumn day, some nice hymnals. You go out in your black suit, and maybe it's at a sit-down restaurant, or maybe afterwards you do something at a bar, and you just, let me tell you right now, I don't want anyone to die, but the meatballs I had after dinner, I would kill her myself. They were so good, soft. That's what meatballs should be. She fought cancer a very long time. The woman had more. She was more of a fighter and she was tougher and she got more out of life than I will ever get. And any of my clown friends will ever get out of life, by the way. She went through hell, but when you talk about somebody who's a warrior, a champion, what's good about what I do is I spend time with people who lead meaningless lives, utterly meaningless lives, devoid of honor, devoid of anything. If you want me to go to a funeral of someone you know, I will go as long as it doesn't feel weird. People say to me when I go to funerals, they go, did you know this person well? And I'm like, I don't need to know somebody well to go and take stock of a life. I think it's a beautiful thing and I enjoy it. And I know there are people out here that say this is a sociopath talking or I'm insane. Every episode, there's probably that reaction, but that's not the case here. This is a beautiful thing when someone is ripped from us. Not when it's a young person, unless they're very young. If they're very, very young, it's fine because you don't know. If they're very young, it's fine again. Very, very young. But if it's in the middle of their life, 20s or 30s, it's real rough. And once 60 and above again, it's fine. So what I'm trying to say, and I've dug a little bit of a hole here probably with certain people, but people need to admit, my grandmother had a great funeral. She was like 89. But my grandmother, the priest went up and he did this hellfire and brimstone speech. Goes, Dorothy has been preparing for this moment for decades. And we were all shifting in our seats because we were like, fuck. Basically, he was laying it on the line. Priests and funerals, that's their time. I would go to one a month if I could. So I just want to throw that out to people. If you want me at your funeral, and I do the whole thing, by the way. I do wake, burial, and then whatever dinner is, lunch or dinner that we're doing. I do the whole thing. I do the wake, and then I come back the next day for the burial. And if you tell me that the burial is only for the family, I'd come. I'll see you at the funeral. That's what they say.